Hi, welcome back to another Science Minute. Today we're going to talk about electricity. Now, some of you might think that electricity is a complex and confusing subject, but I'm going to show you some ways that we can better understand circuitry with these circuit blocks here. And we're also going to create one of these things. It's a little circuit bug with LEDs, and I'll show you some materials that you can use so you can make one at home yourself. So circuitry is a path through which electricity flows. That is a circuit. And it kind of sounds like a simple shape that you may have heard of. It sounds like a circle, right? It's a complete path, and you can see that here. Electricity is going to flow from the power source, which is a battery. In this case, I'll show you in just one second. So it goes from the negative terminal to whatever it is that it's powering and back around through the positive terminal to the battery. That is a flow of electrons. Now I'm going to show you with these circuit blocks here. This is our power source, the batteries, and we have 3 batteries in a parallel circuit right here. Then we have a variety of switches, and we have our components here. Here's a buzzer, here's a light bulb, and a motor. And we're going to power each of these things. We use circuits every day, and they're everywhere. They're in our cell phones, they're in our TVs, anything that you can think of, really. There's a circuit probably in that thing. Okay, so we're going to start with our power source, and we're also going to need some alligator clips. These are our temporary wires, which we're going to connect to the positive terminal right here, and that's a red wire. Usually it's represented by the red color. We're going to hook that to the nail, which is connected to the red wire. This is called a lead. The wire is then going to connect the alligator clip to our buzzer. Let's try that. So if we have the red wire here, we have to connect it to which wire on our buzzer? We have a black one and a red one. What do you think? Yep, it's the red one. So we're going to put that and clip that there. And now we need another alligator clip to complete the circuit. This is going to make a circle. It has to be a complete and closed path. So if we put this on our battery and connect it to the negative terminal, we have a buzzer. Okay, enough of that. We're going to go to the light bulb now. So here we have a component on the light bulb which is conductive. So this component connects to the wires, and because this material is conductive, it's going to heat up these wires inside of this light, and it's going to get really hot and it creates a glow. So we're going to do the same thing with a light bulb, just to see that work. Bright idea. Now we're going to try a switch. A switch might seem complicated, but it's really not. It's merely a break between the paths. So we're going to need an extra alligator clip. So if we connect this to our switch here, we'll pull this switch up. Extra alligator clip to this lead of the switch and to this lead of the light. And whatever is left, we connect that to make a circle. You see it's a circle here. This switch is a break in the positive path. So if I put the bridge down, electrons can pass through the bridge to power the light. Pretty neat. Let's try that with the motor. And it's moving, and it's not. On, off, on, off. Okay, now to do a little something with electricity at home. You might have these things laying around. This is just a regular clothespin here. We're also going to need a 2032 coin cell battery. It has a positive side, which is represented by the plus, and then the negative side doesn't have anything on it. This is called polarity, and you need to make sure that these are lined up with the polarity of your LED. Now an LED stands for light emitting diode, and diode just means that it has 2 paths. You can see here that one prong is shorter than the other prong. The longest one is the positive prong, just like we had a positive side of our battery. The shortest side is the negative prong, and we have a negative side on our battery. So if we sandwich the battery between the LED, it turns on. Now what we're going to do with this, you're also going to need some copper tape, which I left over there in my materials bin. But we're just going to put copper tape on the outside here. Thank you. You have to peel off the backing of the copper tape, and it's very sticky. Copper is a conductive metal, and it's the second most conductive metal. Can you guys guess what's the first? It's silver. That is the most conductive. So I'm just going to line the copper tape on the outside of this clothespin here. And I'm going to bring the copper tape around where it pinches in the middle. Just like that. So this copper tape is going to act as our wires from the battery to power our LED. So I'm going to pretend that's the positive terminal. So if we have a positive terminal, we have to have a negative terminal. So I'm going to do that with another piece of copper tape here. If I had fingernails, it would be faster. Okay. And also coil on, you should be careful with that. So I'm just going to start from the center of the clip where it clips like that. Because once the copper tape meets the battery, that will turn the battery on. So they have to connect in some way. So I'm going to bring that copper tape all the way down here to the very end. So you should have one side like this and another side just the same. Okay? We're going to take our coin cell battery. This is 3 volts of electricity that it will power the LED. Now voltage just means it's the push. It's the push of electrons. It's like the pressure almost. So I'm going to put this right here. You see that? And we're going to take our LED, figure which side is the positive side, and you're going to put the longest prong that matches up with the positive side of the battery. Oopsie. Okay. And you should have something that looks like this. What's going to happen next is you're just going to tape around your LED so it doesn't move. And then you can decorate it with pipe cleaners or craft foam, anything you want. You can also add 2 LEDs. And you can make a little bug. That's all for today. Thanks for joining me for another Science Minute. Create some circuits.